Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of Major General Richard P. Muskin, the Commanding General of the United States Army Human Resources Command, welcome to the Change of Responsibility ceremony for the United States Army Human Resources Command between Command Sergeant Major Bruce A. Lee, who will relinquish his responsibility as the Command Sergeant Major and Senior Enlisted Advisor to the Commander, and Command Sergeant Major Charles E. Smith. At this time, we would like to recognize our distinguished guests. Present at today's ceremony are your presiding officer, the Commanding General of the United States Army Human Resources Command, Major General Richard P. Muskin. The outgoing Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Human Resources Command, Command Sergeant Major Bruce A. Lee, and his brothers John Lee and LaRon Lee. The incoming Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Human Resources Command, Command Sergeant Major Charles E. Smith, his wife Audrey, son Lamar, and parents Willie and Hattie Henderson. Also, Major General and Mrs. Jeffrey Smith, Commanding General, U.S. Army Cadet Command in Fort Knox, Major General Alan Bachelet, Commanding General, U.S. Army Recruiting Command, Brigadier General Margaret Barnes, Deputy Commanding General, U.S. Army Human Resources Command, Colonel Promotable Flem Walker, Commander, 3rd Expeditionary Sustainment Command, Sergeant Major Alan Clifton, Deputy Chief of Staff Personnel, G1, Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major and Mrs. Roger Howard, Command Sergeant Major, U.S. Army Cadet Command in Fort Knox, Command Sergeant Major Carl Roberts, Command Sergeant Major, 3rd Expeditionary Sustainment Command, and Command Sergeant Major and Mrs. Marcus Robinson, Command Sergeant Major, Fort Knox Garrison. In addition, we would like to welcome the soldiers, civilians, friends, and families of the Human Resources Command. The music for today's ceremony is provided by the 113th Army Band. The band is under the direction of Staff Sergeant Cupp. Please rise for the arrival of the colors and remain standing for the arrival of the official party, the playing of the national anthem, and the invocation given by Chaplain Seidel. During the playing of the national anthem, we ask that all personnel stand at attention and render the proper courtesy. Military personnel will, and retired military personnel may, render the hand salute, while civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart.
Good morning. Would you please bow your heads with me in prayer according to your tradition? Father, we acknowledge your ultimate leadership over all things, and thank you for the grace and mercy we experience every day. We are gathered here to mark a milestone in the history of the Human Resources Command, the succession of leadership from Command Sergeant Major Bruce Lee to Command Sergeant Major Charles Smith. We thank you for Command Sergeant Major Lee's consistent example of character and leadership and service to the soldiers and personnel of this unit over the past 28 months. We ask for your guidance and blessings in his life as he transitions to his next assignment at TRADOC. Grant Command Sergeant Major Smith wisdom and knowledge to provide ever greater service to our soldiers and civilians and our Army. May his tenure here be a blessing to all and bless his family as they stand with him in these responsibilities. We ask for your protection and favor on those serving in harm's way today, their families, for this unit and its leaders, and for your blessings on our nation. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. On behalf of the soldiers and civilians of the Human Resources Command, commemorative gold bars representing Fort Knox, Kentucky, are being presented to Command Sergeant Major Lee's brothers, John Lee and LaRon Lee, in recognition of their support to Command Sergeant Major Lee during his tenure and service in the Army. Command Sergeant Major Lee is also presenting his brothers with the coveted Human Resources Command coin. On behalf of the soldiers and civilians of the Human Resources Command, bouquets of yellow roses are being presented to Sergeant Major Smith's wife, Audrey, and mother, Hattie Henderson, in recognition of their support to the Army and to welcome them to the command. At this time, Sergeant First Class Austin, a member of the Human Resources Command Honor Guard, will take his position to execute the change of responsibility ceremony. The change of responsibility ceremony is a time-honored tradition that runs deep in symbolism and heritage. The key to the ceremony is the passing of the colors. In past times, the colors were a rallying point for troops in battle. In many ways, the unit colors provide the same purpose today, drawing people together for a common action. A unit relies upon the unity and loyalty of its members for success, either in battle or garrison. The colors are the visible symbol of that unity and loyalty. The unit's command sergeant major is the custodian of the colors. When the colors are not displayed for the commander, they are kept in the care of the command sergeant major. In keeping with tradition, the colors of the Human Resources Command are being passed to Command Sergeant Major Lee for the last time, signifying his last act of allegiance to the commander. Command Sergeant Major Lee is passing the colors to Major General Mustin, thereby relinquishing his responsibility for the personnel of the command and signifying that the unit is never without NCO leadership. Major General Mustin is passing the colors to Command Sergeant Major Smith, signifying his acceptance of responsibility for the personnel of the United States Army Human Resources Command and the responsibility as the keeper of the colors. Command Sergeant Major Smith is passing the colors to Sergeant First Class Austin, who will return them to their place of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General of the United States Army Human Resources Command, Major General Richard P. Mustin.
Good morning. What a beautiful morning here at Fort Knox, Kentucky. I have to thank the chaplain for the weather this morning. I'd like to welcome fellow general officers, command sergeants majors, sergeant majors, other distinguished guests, family, friends of the Human Resources Command. Thank you so much for taking time to be here this morning, as your presence makes this event even more special and more memorable. Want to offer a special welcome to Command Sergeant Major Lee's brothers who traveled in here from Seattle, Washington, and also Indianapolis to be here today for this event. And I know your presence means a great deal to your middle brother of the three of you. And I also want to give a special welcome to Command Sergeant Major Smith's family, his wife Audrey, his son Lamar, and his parents who traveled in here yesterday from southern Michigan. Thank you for making the drive down, as well as many members of Command Sergeant Major Smith's extended family. I'll call them mentors and friends over time. Thank you all for making the journey in and making this a special event. I want to thank the Color Guard as well as the band for the music this morning, and the many members of the command who helped orchestrate and set up this ceremony, making it both memorable and very, very special. So I'd like this to give a round of applause to the Honor Guard, the band, and the folks that helped put this up. As the narrator mentioned, today is really a very seminal moment and a milestone in the 40-year history of the United States Army Human Resources Command, and the change of responsibility from the 13th to the 14th Command Sergeant Major of the command. It's both significant and it's also very important, as it represents much more than just the passing of the organizational colors as you saw here. As today we transfer command responsibility as the organization's senior enlisted advisor from one great leader to another great leader. And it represents the transfer of command leadership and mantle from one to another. Unlike the Command Sergeant Major of many other organizations in the United States Army, the Command Sergeant Major for Human Resources Command fulfills two vitally and equally important roles for our Army. First, the Command Sergeant Major is the senior enlisted advisor of the command, and in that role is the advisor for the command, ensures the health, the readiness, the welfare, the discipline of the command soldiers. Second, the Command Sergeant Major for the Human Resources Command is the focal point for our Army in guiding and shaping and implementing the human resource policies and programs that impact on every single soldier in the United States Army. And he serves as the senior enlisted spokesperson in that capacity, and quite frankly is the point person. The position requires a Command Sergeant Major, it demands a Command Sergeant Major who is a leader of extraordinary balance, of fortitude, of confidence and competence, and true absolute professionalism. And for the past 28 months, Command Sergeant Major Bruce Lee has filled both roles with incredible distinction. He has significantly furthered the confidence and the respect and transparency of the command to the Army at large, while setting the standards for the soldiers within the command. And his performance has been absolutely remarkable and standard-setting in every respect. Command Sergeant Major Lee is a coach, a leader, a mentor, a teacher, a strategic thinker, and he's the consummate professional, a leader and a soldier of character, one of great intellect, and one of absolute integrity. And during this period of truly historic change and uncertainty, he's remained focused, resolute, and absolutely taking care of the soldiers, the civilians, and the contractors of this command, while at the same time working every day for the 1.1 million soldiers of all three components that this command supports. He's kept the focus on the soldiers every single day and foremost in his mind. If you look over the tenure of Command Sergeant Major Lee's 28 months, you'll find an incredible number of things that he's been able to accomplish, both internal and external. And he's left an incredible and enduring legacy. A few of those things he's done within the command is reinvigorating our NCO and Soldier of the Year and quarter programs. And under his leadership, his tutelage, his mentoring and direct leadership, HRC soldiers and NCOs have excelled, twice coming actually within an eyelash of being the MDW, Military District of Washington NCO of the Year. A remarkable accomplishment starting from ground zero just 2 years ago. He's executed the turnover of 85% of the soldiers in the command. And he's ensured the command didn't miss a beat as we did that. His selection, his identification of the non-commissioned officers to join the organization has been tremendous. He's infused non-human resource, non-commissioned officers into the command, furthering the confidence in the force that we support. He implemented a very aggressive non-commissioned officer professional development program, focused on the Army profession, focused on what NCOs do, and focused on what it means to be a professional. And he's inculcated the culture and the spirit of that throughout our command. And he's continued to make the Lieutenant General Maude complex a great place to work, continuing to make improvements in the environment and making it a place that we enjoy to be in each and every day. And the last thing I would say here at Fort Knox, which I truly find really inspirational, is the partnership which he's forged within the Fort Knox community. He's been active and an engaged partner here on the post with General Smith's team, and truly made HRC an active, a supporting, and a collaborative member of the Fort Knox team and the community. And outside the walls of the Maude complex across the Army, he's made a difference, a positive and a lasting difference. His leadership, his team building, and his collaboration with external organizations and members has been simply incredible. Whether it's the Sergeant Major of the Army, Command Sergeant Majors from Forces Command, Training and Doctrine Command, U.S. Army Europe, U.S. Army Pacific, 8th U.S. Army, or the Army G1, Sergeant Major Clifton, who's here today, or the young sergeant or the young private out on point for our Army. He's always kept the focus on soldiers. He's remained positive. He's forged positive relationships. He's built trust, confidence, and transparency. And I can tell you in my tenure as the CG here for the past 12 months, his contributions in this area have been absolutely extraordinary. He's traveled with me to approximately 35 locations or installations in the last year, and at each stop he's instilled increased confidence. He's listened to soldiers, commanders, and senior leaders and taken action on their recommendations and their thoughts, all focused on improving the support and the care and the utilization of our soldiers for our commanders and instilling increased readiness. As our Army instituted the command selection list process for our Command Sergeant Majors 2 years ago, Command Sergeant Major Lee served as the pivotal point in shaping and communicating and executing that program with our Army senior leaders, and ensuring that internally our processes and our procedures were above reproach and met the spirit and the intent of our Army leadership's guidance. Command Sergeant Major Lee was on the forefront of our Army's new non-commissioned officer evaluation report. And I can tell you his personal leadership and collaboration with senior leaders took that construct from a series and a collection of thoughts. And with his intellect and his drive and his professionalism, he's turned that concept into a reality. And we just have one last hurdle to go, so we may have to chase you down at TRADOC and have you get it across the line here for us. But his commitment and his socialization and his leadership truly made that happen. I struggle here today to really find the right words to encapsulate Command Sergeant Major Lee's performance and what he's done as this command senior enlisted advisor and my personal advisor, principal advisor as well. And as I said, he's been the consummate professional, always selfless, always unassuming in the performance of his duties, and absolutely focused on soldiers, families, and the mission. He's always been confident, and he's always been a confident advisor for me, always providing frank and candid advice and counsel, which was always on target. He's been a leader of integrity and character, and in the end, always focused on soldiers. So Command Sergeant Major Lee, as you depart the command today, you should feel extraordinarily proud of what you've accomplished for our Army and for the Human Resources Command and for soldiers in our Army at large. We've been honored and humbled to have you as this organization's senior enlisted advisor for the past 28 months, and we've been blessed to have you as a great personal friend and professional friend, coach, and mentor. 3 words that I consider the highest praise that can be offered, I offer to you: job well done. We wish you the very best as you head to TRADOC, where I'm confident that you'll continue your incredible contributions and leadership in the United States Army. As our Army transitions leaders, it always seems to get it right. So as we bid a fond farewell to Command Sergeant Major Lee and we wish him the very best, we welcome an equally capable, confident, and proven Command Sergeant Major to the team. Command Sergeant Major Chuck Smith joins us from MEPCOM, and we are blessed to have him, his bride Audrey, and his son Lamar joining the command team. Command Sergeant Major Smith's very diverse background in the operational Army, in peace, and in the institutional Army in many locations, and his proven record of performance sets him up to be the right person at the right time. His key leadership duties have been phenomenal, and we know that he's a distinguished leader with impeccable credentials. So Command Sergeant Major Smith, Audrey, and Lamar would like to welcome you to the team here at HRC and also to Fort Knox. As our Army transitions over the next few years, we'll require a Command Sergeant Major within HRC with exceptional skills and tremendous balance. And we know you're the right person for that job, and you have the right skills. We look forward to you continuing the momentum established by Command Sergeant Major Lee, and we look forward to your outstanding leadership, your strength of character, and your extraordinary professionalism. I want to thank all of you again for taking time to be here today and making this event very special. Army strong, total Army, total victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Human Resources Command, Command Sergeant Major Bruce A. Lee.
Major General Mrs. Smith, Major General Bachelet, Brigadier General Barnes, Colonel Promotable Walker, Sergeant Major Clifton, Command Sergeant Major Rogers and Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Howard, Command Sergeant Major Carl Roberts. Thank you all for coming out today. Command Sergeant Majors, family members, Department of Army civilians, contractors, soldiers and friends of the Human Resources Command, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So happy to see you all. Thanks for coming out and spending some time with the Human Resources Command this morning. I want to thank my brothers Ron and John for making it here today. It really means a lot. I really appreciate you coming down here. Also want to thank my retired First Sergeant, Ronald Anderson, for being here. Hey, thanks, First Sergeant. Chaplain Seidel, thank you for those prayers. I truly appreciate it. Never would have made it without all the prayers along this journey. And also thank you for the prayers for the weather today. Before I get started with my very brief comments, I want to thank the 113th Army Band, the Dragoons. You always bring a high level of class and dignity to each ceremony. Thank you for being here today, making our ceremony very special. I also want to thank the HRC Honor Guard. You look awesome, as usual. I want to thank you for what you bring to each and every ceremony. You are truly first class and represent us all. I want to thank the hardworking G3, SGS, Audie Murphy Club, and everyone involved in today's ceremony, along with anyone who helped out with the NCO breakfast and the dinner the other night. Thank you for those memories. Sir, thank you for hosting the ceremony today, this morning, and your kind words. You have been a great boss, commander, battle buddy, mentor, teammate, and my friend. It's been a great, fast-paced full year with you. I truly appreciate all the trust and confidence you have in me. No matter the task or mission, big or small, you let me do it my way. You provided your guidance and intent and let me go to work. That's all any Sergeant Major can ask for. I'm a better Sergeant Major and a leader from being around you and having the privilege to help lead this great command. I've grown a lot from all the time we spent together and have learned a great deal about how the Army truly runs. Sir, I also want to thank you for your leadership, commitment, and dedication that you bring to work every single day. You made being HRC CSM even more enjoyable being my battle buddy. I'll be forever thankful and look forward to our continued friendship. I also want to thank General Pharisee for selecting me for this position. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with her also. I don't know exactly what she and Command Sergeant Major Gathers saw in me, but I'm very grateful for serving with her and following the big boot prints of Command Sergeant Major Gathers. General Pharisee also had a great deal of confidence in me and trust, and I'm extremely appreciative of that. Although General Mustin and General Pharisee are totally different, they do have several things in common. When the time came to make a decision, they both did so with the best interests of the Army in mind. When the time came to recognize individual achievement, they both did so for both soldiers and civilians, and they both drive sporty little convertibles. I cannot leave out my other command group battle buddies, the DCG and the Chief. General Barnes and General Anderson have been great, along with Colonel Head and Colonel Richards, and now Colonel Evans. I will miss you very much. Thank you for what you have done and do every day for the command and also the soldiers. I need to thank all the Sergeant Majors. Your support has been tremendous. I especially wanted to point out my very small circle of Sergeant Majors who I relied upon heavily. Sergeant Major Allen, Rush, Colbreth, Jackson, Stasko, Tyson, Hendricks, Kincaid, Ferguson, Kessinger, and Cologne. Thank you for your support and being there. I truly appreciate you. I need to thank all the directors for their outstanding support. It's been great working with you. Equally, I want to thank all the staff directorates. Your support has been unmatched. I also want to thank all the folks in the front office and SGS. You all have been great. You all are the team that keeps us on our toes, behind the scenes, making it happen each and every day. Special thanks to all the XOs, CG aides, DCG aides, Leanna, and Miss Natalie. Thank you. Miss Natalie, thank you for keeping me straight each and every day. I would not have made it without you. Thank you very much. For those of you who truly know me, you know I have no intentions of talking about myself. I have never made it about me and will not do so today. It's about this great command and all it represents. We represent service and taking care of people. You all do a great job each and every day. No matter where you work, you make a difference in soldiers and their family lives. I know many of you get thank yous for what you do, and I want to echo that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your service and what you do for our Army and nation and taking care of soldiers. I will miss you all. I was humbled when I got selected for this position, and now I stand here even more humbled 28 months after. I tried my best to represent all of you on a daily basis, no matter where I might have been in the world, no matter the camp, post, or station. It's been my honor to have been your CSM and represent you. It's with great pride that I am the 13th CSM in the 40-year history of this awesome command. If I can ever be of service to you, please let me know. I will forever be grateful for having the privilege to help lead this command. Command Sergeant Major Smith, I wish you and your family the best. I know you would do great. You are the right leader at the right time to continue to move this command forward. I wish you the best of luck. God bless each and every single one of you. God bless this command. Please keep soldiers who are in harm's way in our prayers. Total Army, total victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Human Resources Command, Command Sergeant Major Charles E. Smith.
I said, whoa. Good morning. It's a good day to be a soldier in the United States Army. And it's even better day when you can stand in front of a group of professionals and welcome and farewell great leaders. General Mustin, General Smith, Mrs. Smith, General Bachelet, General Barnes, Colonel McIntyre and the Eastern Sector team, Sergeant Major Clifton, Sergeant Major Howard and Mrs. Howard, HRC directors, sergeant majors, fellow command sergeant majors, non-commissioned officers, soldiers, family, friends, civilians, contractors, and other special friends of the Human Resources Command family. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to share this moment with Sergeant Major Lee and I. Up front, I am truly humbled to be serving as the Human Resources Command Sergeant Major. General Mustin, sir, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve at this level. Foremost, I would like to thank a few special people in my life that guided me here today. First, God. I am always seeking His guidance to ensure that I provide the right recommendations and suggestions to situations in which I must provide counsel. Second, to my wonderful spouse, Audrey, and son, Lamar and CJ, thanks for always being my rock and keeping me focused on the ultimate prize by taking care of families and looking out for people. Third, my parents, Willie and Hattie Henderson, for taking the long ride from Michigan to share this moment with me and my family. Fourth, to my many mentors who are present today, yes, it took a village. I thank you for the many times for the coaching, teaching, and mentoring sessions. Sergeant Major Lee and Miss Duffy, Audrey and I, thank you for the seamless transition to Fort Knox. Sergeant Major Lee, thank you for the world-class sponsorship. I'll tell you, out of my 28 years in the military, this is the first time somebody actually got it right. As you transition to TRADOC, I wish you the best of luck. As the Navy folks said, fair winds and falling seas. I always remember that you will be a part of the Human Resources Command family. As we continue to make a unique contribution to our Army, our nation, and our soldiers' personal needs, I'm excited about joining a world-class organization that makes things happen day in and day out. Many of us saw the Miami Heat win another NBA championship title. I love watching professional basketball because there are quite a few similarities to our profession. Championship teams face the same grueling long seasons as other teams go through, but find a way to get it done. No matter which organization wins the championship that year, it's a victory for everyone from the front office to the players to the fans. Remember, the champions stays in the headlines. One player might win a single game or series of games, but one player cannot make the franchise. Great teams cannot survive for long with one single player. It's how the combination of systems, philosophy, and people come together. Outsiders may notice the wins and trophies, but miss the sweat, the tears, hard work from a lot of people fused together to make it happen. At HRC, we already know the deal. We make headlines. Our efforts here have and always will hit home for our Army, our soldiers, and their families. The orders, the policies, and everything. Because we are their champion. For us, no matter whether you are a superstar, a player, or a fan, we win and will continue to win together. Nothing new, but how we stay focused on our primary aim and our strategic objective means even more going into the next few years. I am proud to serve this championship organization. Every one of you has my utmost respect right off the bat. I aim to earn yours. Regardless of what the papers say, our championship question will always be, are we delivering the right balance to the Army and our soldiers? Again, I need to repeat that. Are we delivering the right balance to the Army and our soldiers? Bottom line, we have done it before, and despite greater challenges, we will do it again. Together, we have not only a rich history, but perhaps the most relevant role impacting the future of our Army. And together, we will proudly take on our greatest work ahead of us. I look forward to working with Team HRC, Team Fort Knox, and our other brothers and sisters within our formation. God bless Human Resources Command, total victory, as you were, total Army, total victory. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join in singing the Army song and remain standing for the retiring of the colors. March along, sing our song. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Command Sergeant Major Lee will be in the lobby of Building 1 for individual farewells.